Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of MTG Arena. Today we're going to be playing some more Historic, and we are going to be playing the green-black Constrictor deck that I had posted earlier. I played a few more games with it on stream, and kind of had, 50-50 results. It wasn't great, it wasn't bad. A lot of times I just kind of felt like we didn't have like another way to like punch through with the deck after sideboard, so I just made a quick change, and I went down on one Henge and I put one Vivian Arcbow Ranger in here. Her +1 stacks very well with the Winding Constrictor. It also allows us to remove creatures with her -3, and her -5 allows us to, if we had to, for instance, grab like a Reclamation Sage, I guess, which I threw in the sideboard too. So we're going to try this out today. Hopefully it goes well. I kind of am liking Vivian. I'm thinking maybe we might even want to play two of her. I'm also considering going up on Ronus. And I'm also kind of concerned about the one-drop slot. I've been looking at it a little bit, but trying to get some ideas on what exactly I want to do. Pelt Collector is good with Winding Constrictor, but I feel like sometimes it's just kind of a liability, and I'd rather play like a Landlord Elf and then something more in the 3 slot. So it's a consideration. So we will test things out as we go. And from now, let's jump on into it, and play some matches. I do think that Vivian can be quite good. So, I mean, for +1, if you have a Cobra on the battlefield, you're getting 4 counters, and they both get trample, which is quite good. And then, like I said, the minus ability, being able just to have a fight, sometimes could be the difference between winning the game and not winning the game. Nope, that's not the hand you want ever. We can keep this just because we're not going to mull. I'm going to put back one of these. Unfortunately, we just drew a bunch of tap lands and then nothing else we can play, so this doesn't really do a lot for us. And they're playing mono green probably. Oh, playing Gruul, so yeah, they're going to have the advantage for sure. No blocks here. Like I said, I just kind of got screwed with tap lands. That's like a really unreasonable way to draw lands. But this is why you want so many forests in the deck, because you want to ensure that these are coming in untapped. And now we draw it. So they can Primal Might the Lovestruck Beast and have it fight Polukranos. Okay, next we could play the Hydra. We could pay 2 and it'll get 4 counters. -3 on the Cobra. We'll see if the opponent wants to either pump up their creature with the Oasis here, or if they want to swing in and try to kill my Vivian, which they're going to lose some creatures in the process, unless they have, like, again, like a Primal Might or something. They're going to be able to get through that. So. Okay, so we'll block here. We'll bite. I mean, I'm sure they have things to screw with us, but... so opponent has 2 mana untapped. They can exile the Scavenging Ooze, which isn't great for us. Yeah, I think we just lose at this point. I don't want to show them like Voracious Hydra and things like that. There's just nothing else we can really draw into. So. I mean, the cast downs and the fatal pushes. Probably cut. Cut 1 Rishkar. Cut 1 Henge. Since I'm bringing removal, I'm gonna maybe take out the inscription here. We're playing black, we have the benefit of removal. Okay, hey look, we have a hand that we can play things right away. That's good. Little warrior dog here. If they don't kill my Winding Constrictor, then Okay, and then they scoop. Vivian would have come down, and I would have put a plus counter on the Constrictor and the Elf, making it a 3/3 and a 4/5. So that would have been pretty crazy there. Yeah, I think we were pretty close to the same here. I could have not pushed the Elf, but if you have a chance to get rid of their ramp, it's usually a good idea. You know, bolt the bird, that whole thing. So this is an okay hand. Let's hope we get like a good draw here, but if not, we can just play Stone Coil Serpent for 5. Okay. It was a good draw for us, the Winding Constrictor, since we have Virtuous in our hand, but if they have like another removal or something, it's going to be pretty bad. But they can just attack with Ronus and press the fact that it's indestructible and has Death Touch, so the best that I can do here is block the Stone Coil Serpent to the Steel Leaf Champion. If they have a land, I think they can activate Hash Up Oasis, and then I'm just kind of in a really bad spot because then I have to block and I don't even get to trade. Yeah. But now we can't give him trample at least, so. Okay. I didn't attack there because they can attack with Ronus, or they can attack with Steel Leaf Champion and give it +3. Oh shit, I didn't mean to hit no blocks. Oof. So land's not what we needed. So it's kind of in a bad spot. If we had Ronus, we could probably, like, we'd be in, you know, fantastic position because then we can just jump the 5/5. But all they have to do is attack one time with Ronus. Yeah, they figured it out. Because now he's got to just give it to whoever has the lowest toughness. Oh, okay. Well, they have that too, I suppose. So, in those situations, you know, any removal would be great. Drawn removal sometimes is good. Okay. It's keepable. We have things to do. Like I said, most notably, the thing that this deck is missing from Kaladesh is Walking Ballista. But unfortunately, they didn't reprint Walking Ballista because they felt that it'd be too strong. But yet they reprinted Aetherworks Marvel, which everyone is just like complaining to get banned already. So clearly made a good choice there. Got to deal with lots of removal here. So Blossoming Defense is probably going to be coming in out of the sideboard. Is this like a joke? Just infinite Pel Collectors. And no lands. Okay. This is good. Mayhem Devil? No. Okay, well we're not drawing lands, so that's fun. Even if we hit one land, we would have been fine. We could just drop Ronus and then block the Regisaur with it. Because I mean, these guys would all get pumped up to 3, you know? Okay, so we're just going to concede because we can't draw lands. one possible task. I'm guessing they're going to have removal because we're playing black, and that's usually how those things go. There's a couple other deck options that I'm considering as well. I am tweaking the Niv Mizzet deck. I'm going to, on a suggestion, go ahead and put Saheeli in the 3 slot. We're going to try that out rather than the Kiora. Even though Kiora has been good, I could cut something else. I just don't want too many Planeswalkers. The historic format is also seeming a little bit faster. So with the release of Kaladesh, there's been more mono red decks and stuff like that that have popped up. So I don't want to like trim down on any of our removal, but if we can resolve a Saheeli and start copying whatever spell that we have resolved, the cards that we play have such a powerful ETB effect. I think we should be fine. But back to green black tokens. Let's hope for some lands, but not too many. The game likes to overcompensate on lands sometimes. Just going to attack with 1. I just want to have Blossoming Defense up so I don't lose any of this, knowing that I can cast Gear Hulk next turn if I'd like. The worst land I could have drawn. Alright, we got there. Well, that time the deck did something that it was kind of supposed to do, you know. Got to play a Creatures in order, which is nice. So ideally that's how it would go, is Pelt Collector into Winding Constrictor into whatever. A little slow, we can keep it. By slow I just mean I don't have a 1-drop, they do. It's kind of the unfortunate part. want to play a land attack, see if I'll block, and then if I do, they'll pump up the knight. Is likely. Okay. Or they'll just Blood Chief's Thirst. That's fine. Those things get out of control real quick. This is where having removal is nice, because you can wait for them to discard before they draw and then kill their creature, and then go from there. Well, that's gross. Who wants a 10/7 flying Regisaur coming at him? Nobody. Let's do this. We'll play the Serpent. It doesn't have Trample, so we're going to actually play the Serpent for 2. And then that way I could play Ronus. But if they have removal, then they have removal. But this way we can threaten lethal next turn. By that I mean we can attack with Ronus, we can attack with Polukranos. We can also attack with the Voracious Hydra. We can pump Ronus, or we can pump Polukranos, making him a 8 or 9? An 8. So you trample over, put him at 5, which is enough for Ronus. So if they do attack, I think we have the win. Especially, can I do 2, 1, 2, 3? No. Okay, so what they're going to do is pump the Knight of the Ebon Legion. So if they pump, and in response, I activate Polukranos and fight it when it's a 3/3, this will take 2, go to 4. So it'll still be 6 and 11, 12. So I'll be 1 damage shy of being able to get through. I think. If I mess this up, I mess this up, but... Actually, wait. Because that goes up to a 5, right? If I pump it again, so it's 5, 10, 11. Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't matter. We're 1 damage shy. It was close though. We had to try. 1 damage off. Because if I would have like tried to play a Hydra there to remove it, our Hydra wouldn't have been big enough. That was good. It was good play on him. Him or her, I suppose. I don't know which one it was. Alright, some not hot games. First matchup wasn't super great. Second matchup was super close though, so I feel good about that. But that's kind of what I feel like I'm running into in this deck right now. And it's apparent by not having Walking Ballista. Is that I feel like I'm missing a way to punch through. I kind of think I want to go down on Voracious Hydra as well. It's been like pretty good, but 4 of them is like a lot and it feels kind of slow otherwise, so. They probably have a way to remove Whiny Constrictor. It's mono red after all. It's not unreasonable for them to have a 3 damage spell in their hand. Or a couple of them with Burning Tree Emissary. How about another one? Robber the Rich? Okay, at least they won't attack with that. More emissaries. Fracidan. Hold off here. Sure. They have their own Pelucranos. Oh wait, here we can take one attack from Pelucranos, but then we just put Stone Coil Serpent out, and then they can't attack through. It's got protection from multicolored. Sure. Got a land, that's nice. That's so nice. Okay, opponent scoops. Well, I think we want some removal, some blossoming defenses. Some of you. I think we can take out the incubation druids. I think that we could probably take out 2 henges. These are pretty decent. Hydras are doing pretty good there. Inscription's okay, but I'm actually going to cut it here since we brought in so much removal and some of this stuff to protect our creatures. I'm going to bring that in instead. We have plenty of fight mechanics, especially with the Vivian. Probably cut Vivian, she's kind of slow here. Whoops. Cut 1 Hydra, I think. No, the Hydra's pretty damn good. We'll cut 1 Rishkar. And, yeah, actually, 1 Puck Collector. We'll trim there. Like I said, Vivian's a little bit slower. The Great Henge is a little bit slower, but it also generates life, which is great later on. But hopefully between the Fatal Pushes, we can take out some of their little early interaction stuff and keep the board clear. And also with Blossoming Defense, keep our creatures alive so that way we can do our thing. So we actually have some lands that are pretty good this time around, which doesn't happen too often. Surprised they didn't shock him to make him a 1/1, unless they just have straight removal for it. For some reason, though it's unlikely, yeah. I was gonna say that they have that there. I got Blossoming Defense here. Opponent's got a lot of cards though. I mean, they have enough mana to play everything in the world, so I would hope that they're going to play it. Especially in a red deck. Oh, well played. Should be game here. Pretty straightforward here. They just attack with everything. I probably lose. Yep, can't get out of that. So the Winding Constrictor definitely hurts when you when they have a Soulscar Mage out. But what can you do? It's part of my deck. I could just cut it for sure, but I think it hurts not having it in my deck a lot more than it helps having it against me. It's not the kind of hand I want on the play. This hand's not great either. Bomat Curry is such a good card. It's too good. One land off the top would be good. No land off the top is not good. One land off the top, since they just took my land. Of course not. Why wouldn't they? Yep. good game. Mono red players getting to flex their mono red. I still hate mono red. I think it's just a cheap way to try to beat people in Magic, but anyway. So here's the deck. We obviously did very poorly today. We lost all 3 of our matches, so maybe it's a sign that I shouldn't be playing this deck. It's also probably a sign that I should probably switch it up a little bit if I want to keep playing the deck. So I don't know. There are definitely things we can look at, like putting fatal pushes back into the main. They were there originally, but I'm just trying to execute more of a game plan. But now that I'm doing that, I think it's wrong. I think that we need to have removal in the main if we want to stand a chance in this format with this deck, since it does take a little bit to develop, 1, 2, 3, and like kind of get that combo going to make any of our creatures impactful. So I do think that maybe putting the removals in the board into the main and switching some things out. So I hope you enjoyed the deck at least. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about the deck, please feel free to let me know as always, and I'd be happy to look into them. The next time I stream Niv Mizzet, you'll see a Saheeli in the 3 slot, so hopefully that goes well too. Again, I appreciate everyone tuning in, checking out the videos, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.